New York State Fair. We are proud of the fact that we were first among state fairs to take the great leap and take an unofficial day and make it official. I'd like to first bring to the podium our fearless leader, the guy who made this happen, the acting director of the Great New York State Fair, Troy Wapner.
Good morning. It's hard to believe we're celebrating 3 years, and we were the first state fair to have an official Pride Day, and we're proud of that. The fair is many things to many people, and many things to us who work there. It's a venue to host events. It's a carnival. It's a celebration of agriculture. It's a celebration of fun. Most importantly, it's a celebration of everything that we love in New York, that we hold here near and dear to our heart. And a large part of that is the diversity all across New York. From the LGBT community to the Latino community to the African American community, we celebrate that. We need to keep celebrating that, not just on a day like today, but every day. And we're so proud of that here at the fair that we've taken the lead with Governor Cuomo's leadership to really promote human rights. And we have some great folks in attendance with us, with Assemblywoman Hunter, Assemblyman Magnarelli, and not most importantly, but certainly most welcome, Assemblyman Danny O'Donnell, who's from New York City and is a huge advocate of human rights in all forms. But this is a great day. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a great run of the fair for us, and this is a great way to open up one of our opening days. So thank you.
One of the people who helped make this day and all of equality for all New Yorkers happen is a gentleman named Ross Levi. We'd like to bring him to the podium now. He works these days as a top official at I Love New York, but as a member of Empire State Pride Agenda, he was instrumental in pushing this state forward into equality for everyone. Ross Levi.
Good morning. On behalf of Empire State Development and New York State Division of Tourism, I Love New York, and probably most importantly, Governor Andrew Cuomo, I'd like to officially welcome everyone to Pride Day at the Great New York State Fair. I'm beginning to think that Pride Day is an especially appropriate name for this occasion because we're proud that it's going on. At I Love New York, we believe this is not only a great thing for the New York State Fair and another great reason to visit one of the crown jewels in our tourism crown, but it's also great for the whole state of New York and New York State tourism because it very clearly sends the message that in New York State, all are welcome. And it's the reason that Governor Cuomo, yes, that deserves a round of applause, right? It's one of the reasons Governor Cuomo created the I Love New York LGBT initiative to make a very clear and strong invitation to LGBT travelers from around the world to come to New York State and see and experience all we have to do. That's not only the right thing, but from a tourism perspective and an economic development perspective, it's a smart thing to do. The LGBT community represents a $70 billion domestic tourism segment. That's billion with a B. So this is big business as well as the right thing to do. And when you also take into consideration that over 1/3 of all international tourists that come to New York State, that come to the United States, come through New York State, it's more important than ever that we have the biggest, brightest red carpet welcoming the world to here to New York. And so we're very excited to host this day, be part of this day. We encourage everyone to go to ilovenewyork.com/LGBT to see all the great things there are across New York State to see and do, including here in the Central New York and Finger Lakes regions. We're thrilled to have our elected officials here with us. In particular, the chair of the Assembly Tourism Committee, Danny O'Donnell, came all the way from New York City. We know it's going to be an amazing day. We couldn't ask for better weather. Thank you all for being here, and happy Pride Day at the fair.
Thank you, Ross. We have a fresh welcome on behalf of the governor from Ron Zacky.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming out to Pride Day. I'm Ron Zacky, the former executive director for Marriage Equality New York, and also now part of the Andrew Cuomo administration. I'm so honored to be here on his behalf to thank all of you for attending and to thank everyone for all their hard work in putting this together. Happy Pride.
With a few words on behalf of County Executive Joni Mahoney, Barry Gawanter.
Good morning. New York has been a beacon of freedom for people for centuries. It has been the first light and the first home for so many new Americans coming from so many other countries. New York was also critical in the Underground Railroad in the passage to freedom for so many African Americans brought to this land. This is also the place where the women's rights movement was born and cultivated. And especially here in central New York, where immigrants also found a home along the canal, where the women's rights movement actually started, where on the Underground Railroad, this was the first place where African Americans could be free. And in that line of fighting for human rights and equality, New York State stands first in the fight for LGBT equality. So many firsts. The LGBT rights movement started in New York. And here in central New York, we've always had an active community, an out community, and a community that fought for legislative rights and supported the efforts in Albany. In light of New York as a beacon and as central New York a place where civil rights and human rights are taken very seriously, on behalf of Joni Mahoney, County Executive for Onondaga County, I welcome you to the State Fair, the first state fair in the country to have a Pride Day. Thank you.
We have a Pride Day because Governor Cuomo fought for it and because members of the Assembly and Senate could vote for it. We have several of those members here today. I want to introduce Assemblywoman Pam Hunter, who is behind us. And let's now hear from the Assembly member who actually represents the State Fair District, Assemblyman Bill Magnarelli.
Well, he just took away everything I was going to say. Welcome to the 129th Assembly District, which is where the State Fair is situated. And I'm very proud to be a part of this day and to have you all here today. Have a great, happy Pride Day today here at the fair. Enjoy.
And Ross Levi took away most of what I was going to say, so we'll just keep it simple and say Assemblymember Danny O'Donnell is with us today.
Thank you very much. For those who don't know who I am, I'm the first openly gay man elected to the New York State Assembly. I am the author of the Marriage Equality Act, which our House passed 5 times before it became law. I'm far away from home. As a Long Island boy, we never came to the State Fair. As a New York City resident, I've never been to the State Fair. My husband, John Banta, standing out in the audience, is from Amsterdam, New York. He has been to the State Fair. I want to thank Speaker Hasty for appointing me to the Arts and Tourism Committee. I'm very proud to work with the team behind me and with members of the Assembly staff here to try to make sure that the Assembly keeps growing the tourism industry and helps places like the State Fair be as fabulous as everyone tells me it's going to be. So I'm looking forward to walking around, meeting people, and apparently eating a lot of bad food. Thank you very much.
Before we raise the flag, just one more little bit of business to do, and that's to run through some of the day's events. For that, we bring up boy, it's awful when you get old. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Strunk. I'm my partner Karen right here, and I are the coordinators for Focus on Awareness and Information Resources of New York, Fair New York. We just wanted to run through very quickly the rest of the events for today. From 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, there's an information fair at the Chevyport Pavilion right behind us. From 10 o'clock to 10 p.m. in the Center of Progress building, the LGBTQ booth will be open all day. At 4:30, the Syracuse Gay and Lesbian Chorus, I know there's some members here, are going to be performing at the Empire Stage, which is in the new development down on the west end of the fair. At 5 o'clock is the official Pride Day ceremony, again at the stage. And at 6 p.m., we're going to have the daily parade right here by the Center of Progress building. And then we end the day with a fabulous concert by Mary Lambert. You'll remember her from Same Love. We'll have a concert at 9 p.m. at the Empire Stage. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a wonderful Pride Day, everybody. And
would just add one thing left to add, and that the Wanter touched on it, that this is a state not only for people of all types. It is a place that has welcomed people from all over the world. And later this morning at 11 o'clock, we will welcome 100 new Americans to this country in a ceremony in the Empire Room. It's as moving in its way as this is today, and I invite you to stop in and watch that. It's wonderful. Now, we have one job left to do, and I need your help to do it. We're going to say the words, "Raise the flag," and it will go up. Are you ready? Make it loud, because they've got to hear it way over there. 1, 2, 3. Raise the flag! Thank you, and have a wonderful